Okay, the first thing I would do for these examples, since you're adding, you want to find your least common denominator. Your least common denominator would be, think of it playing a little game. You want the same thing on both sides for your least common denominator. Over here you have 2x plus 3 in the denominator. Over here you have x minus 3. So over here you're going to multiply this by 2x plus 3 over 2x plus 3. Notice you have this, now you have this over here, but on this side we need to multiply this by x minus 3 over x minus 3. And technically you haven't changed a thing, because when you multiply by the same thing over the same thing, that's 1. That's 1. So what you really have, you just kind of change the look of it, but you don't really change the problem because you multiplied something by 1. And the denominator, it stays the same, so we're going to just work with the numerator for a minute. So we're going to distribute here. So we're going to have 7x squared minus 21x minus, and I like to distribute, and I like to put this in parentheses when you're subtracting, because we're going to distribute the minus in a minute, but I like to do that next. 9x times 2x, and think of this when you're multiplying. That'll be 18x plus 27x. And now I'm just collecting like terms. Let's see. Excuse me, that should be 18x squared. That was a mistake. Now I have 7x squared minus 18x squared, which would be negative 11x squared. Now I have negative 21x minus 27x, which is negative 48x. And it looks like I can factor out a negative 11x here. I don't know if it's going to help on the next part, but let's see. Negative 11x. And then you're left with x minus 4. And that's incorrect, wrong, because 11 times 4 is 44. So actually I am incorrect. You can't factor a thing out here. You can just factor out an x. And in this case it won't help. So I'm going to be left with this divided by that long denominator. 2x plus 3 over x minus 3. That should be a 3, and that should be a 3. Okay, that was sloppy. And that's it for that particular problem, that example. Okay, in this particular example, you want to simplify, divide out what you can. I can divide out this way, this way, this way, doesn't matter. Let's do this. Notice I have x squared here, and x, cause this is just 8 times x squared, 5 times x squared. And this, x squared and x squared, they'll cancel out. Notice here, this x will cancel out. Now you have 7 and 14. 7 goes into 7 once. 7 goes into 14 twice. Let's see, nothing else. What about this? Sure, why not? You have 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 8. I missed a whole number. 4 times. And I believe that's it. So now you're going to have 4 times 1, which is 4, over 1 times 5, which is 5. So your final answer is 4 over 5. That's it. If you have any other questions, let me know.